good? What's good, people? Welcome to WizzeyVille game. I am your host, Weezy. Here to present you some franchise NFL Madden 23. Hopefully this game go well. I got broadcast this game, so hopefully we'll see how this goes and whatnot. Hope everybody doing well and whatnot. That's absolutely fine.
I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping in your head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the fades. East Coast, they get that bread. You put you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spray. And now you got only your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to.
If you don't start soon, I'm about to give me a cup real quick. That's what I'm about to do. I'll be starting.
It's not a conflict of interest.
With the business.
It's the National
Princess.
Football League presented by EA
Trey.
Sports. Today,
He
it's
wasn't
week
going out to
4.
get a
We've
glass
got
pudding
what
for
should be
them.
a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New
I put
Orleans
he going out to
Saints.
give me a glass cup.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Shit, that.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They can't see me. Let me see.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
He got tripped.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st.
Maybe.
Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense.
Ooh, good
Trying to get
shit.
it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by
Tried to slip with it.
Lucene. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
That make me kick.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Back to it after the pick 6. Winston.
Oh, he's not throwing a high.
Intercepted.
Oh, fuck. I forgot last game. He was throwing picks. I forgot King Regina Winston. I just got to figure some shit out.
Touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and
King
coaching
Winston's
staff,
not it,
make
man.
plays like that.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On second down, Kamara. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for us. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now.
Some of the big bombers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13. 56 yards.
Yes, man.
Are you in a video?
And the Vikings will take
Yes,
over here.
I'm playing the
First
game.
and 10.
That's it.
That me a video. So is somebody watching you?
Yes.
Cousins now. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do
No,
in their
that's
victory
it.
last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Winston again, it's Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Oh my God, you didn't come up.
Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
I knew you wouldn't come up. So where'd you do that bitch, man?
At their own 30-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense, because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
First down, here's Cousins. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, going for Jefferson.
How you get it? Oh, I don't
He's
really
got
know.
his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens. Like you, I have my doubts, but they're firmly in control of this game.
Switch.
With all platforms.
Huh?
So on every platform.
Can I see me?
Yes.
Minnesota's kick team
How
ready,
can
and the
you see me?
Vikings
It's about
moving
the green
away.
screen. Can they hear me?
Yes.
Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
How many people are there?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in the history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Jameis to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th
That's that
time
pass over
today.
there.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. Past the 20.
That's nothing I can fucking do.
And he will take this one home.
What's good, bro?
It's a touchdown. I mean, at this
Ain't shit.
point, CD, what is not going your way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead.
Oh, yeah.
And that allows them to say to themselves,
Oh, they changed it on the invitation and shit?
everybody involved, okay? Because
You said they changed it?
runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that are watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if Bobby kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 15
Man, this
more
damn
yards
Madden
there, and
game.
quickly another first down.
Man, I'm not beating my ass. Yes, I'm playing this Madden game, nigga beat my ass, but this man, I can't throw the ball
They go play action.
like I want to. Of course,
And my
he came
goodness,
out of nowhere.
another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Well,
Shit,
there's two
Harrison
sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has.
He wants for no
might be
reason.
one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On play action. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Aaron Smith Jr. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So from the 46 now, first and 10. Now Cousins.
True.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that.
For the Titans?
Second down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
Hell yeah.
They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that.
That is true.
Because he saw the
I'll follow the home
game.
game.
He off a huge game, so he found where there was the most space and got where he could. A nice dirty run. That's a positive play for the offense.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, Cousins.
Something I'm not understanding about this match.
Down to about the 17-yard line here.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the roof. He continues to be one with another one right there.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to
It
force
would be.
anything into coverage right there.
You're passing the field.
Any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the left hash, this from 34. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover, and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big. And now here is another interception. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. That's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That's Demario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Final play of the half, Cousins.
Oh, but I can't get an interception like that, though.
1 second left to go.
I think he had to before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. It's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for.
I think I'm on
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They go play action. Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You know, he has a lot of confidence in his arm. He likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And it'll be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Yeah, I do.
Cousins now from the 50. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. That is over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah. We don't know anybody.
Cousins.
Mano, baby.
Incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. 3rd down, here's a run by
Come here.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
No, I'm asking you.
Strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Following a good run by Cook. Here's another 1st and 10. Matt Cousins. Setting up the screen
Who you
for
talking
Cook.
about?
Touchdown Vikings.
Oh yeah, the referee. Yeah, I remember that.
27 yards. And the Vikings continue to pull it on. They go up by 40 now.
Wow.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota's team ready and the Vikings moving away. This field right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Saints offense offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
That's not bad. You could see that done
really comes into play.
Yes.
Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun. All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that works just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, again, they're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to
Man,
look
where's
towards
your
the
plastic
future?
ring?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time.
I don't like it.
I need
This is
it.
an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this.
You
no
know,
matter how the
I
game
want
looks
the
on
different
paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Mamas.
And now here is another interception.
Hi, Mala. I haven't seen you today.
And he will
got your
take
bed
this
back?
one home. It's a touchdown.
Mala.
Well, if there was any thought
You
that
got
this
your
thing
bed
would
back?
turn around for this offense in the
You know
second
your bed.
half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them in the turnovers, they've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
That was her reaction this morning when she saw my wig.
Just talk about taking care of
On speaker.
and limiting
I had to walk out
turnovers. And in this
I had to walk out the classroom.
those turnovers, when you have the things that snowball, and it certainly did,
Can't go deep.
especially on the scoreboard.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up second down. To throw is Winston.
What is that?
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to get him down well short of the 40, so he can only get this to about the 19.
I said, eat your peanut butter and jelly first, and then let me know you want more mac and cheese.
Winston to throw for it on fourth.
So I want to feed you more mac and cheese, and then you say you full, don't waste it.
And it's incomplete. They
So he and
cannot
my mac and cheese, I
convert,
get down
and
to
they
the
turn
last
it
bite.
over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Hey, Tinky!
Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You're guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hand, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So the starting field position was terrific. Surprising turnover on down.
I was still asleep with the Dolphins coming
3
out.
points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? And my goodness, another interception. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there, guys.
Why are you doing that? Mama, what's up?
It's big of a deficit. You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. Being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, touchdown! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon.
That's when I believe it. That was one of my matches. That was the everything else.
As they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Pinheiro now to add the extra point.
Wait till we put it down.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Like I get my own bubble.
Minnesota's kick team ready and the Vikings moving away.
You're not eating again. Hey, what's up? Hi, baby. I know.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase. And now here's another interception. And they'll start out with great
they're becoming short
at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, partner,
One of them, Blizzard can't be in there.
to say for this offense, but
I had him in that cage. He was laid the fuck up. Fine, both of them laid the fuck up. Blizzard was ended up in the cage. They wasn't never in the cage together like that.
Oh, no, it's the girls.
The girls. Blizzard had their own cage.
And I only put them in there in the morning.
This is why it's such a conflict right now. Because someone had their own cage.
That's why he ran it.
on 2nd down, Cook.
But you and Milo can't shoot.
He is out of bounds, but not he's inside the 30.
Yeah, that's his team.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Milo has one. Milo has one. I just put Milo in that. Instead of one time. Yeah. Oh, Milo do got one.
On 1st and 10.
He just gets talking about shit.
And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
He caught that?
Winter.
Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. His 3rd touchdown of the game. His 8th on the year. And the Vikings add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Move, Shadow.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
You gonna sit up here?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. To the air again with Winston. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Winston on 3rd and 2. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seed. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Cousins now. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. Parker, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And his This kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
On third down, here's Kamara. And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Vikings, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
Goddamn back-to-back wins.
Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records, yeah. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot go without God in it. We built the sound you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this song for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line. Kept on my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of chocolate dice. I don't follow trends. Sit down with my chest. No, I will not bend. Don't follow trends. Sit down with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the king first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's right. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I give God all the praises. GLB who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Sit down with my chest.
Nah, I'm leaving. Didn't like that.
Mommy! Mom!
Some shit about the game.
Inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Pass to 20 for a short gain, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a play fake. Wentz. Slings this deep for McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 25-yard line. Now Patterson to start the drive, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. And this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll look to throw here. This to Pitts, and he's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory, but I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
That man did a hell of a
First
route.
down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
I wish Curd was coming in. I knew you saw the man throw the ball.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw again. And it's complete, right back to Ridley. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Give to Patterson running to the right. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Damn, I was trying to hit the fight button. Good shit.
Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Coup now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Man, still hungry?
They're getting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wentz.
Oh no! Come on, man. Throw them this.
It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And this is so uncharacteristic
Damn,
for him this season. Back-to-back interceptions from a guy who's taking really good care of the ball so far this season. Got to give credit to the defensive coaches, the players on the opposing sideline. Excellent preparation, even better execution.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw.
Yo, he didn't move.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
My nigga did not move from his route.
Inside the 15 before they drop him. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
He just stood there. That's crazy.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Brian Edwards from 13 yards out. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Wins his throw complete there to Thomas. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. $13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So
It's like
to themselves,
my niggas not
saying
reacting
is,
to the
if we don't make a
openings out,
mistake,
bro.
there's no way they can stop us.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Patterson, touchdown Falcons. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it's just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
He's got a man, complete. 20. Touchdown, Washington. Now, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Slide for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
He got nowhere there. I got to put that other nigga out the cage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost... rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during the rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Arnold Ebiketie gets there for the stop.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a first carry here for Robinson. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. Now Wentz on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket.
Okay, Wentz.
Only able
I
to
see
get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
It's not looking too good for myself.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Now Wentz will keep it. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Robinson, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Valentine now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Well, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. He's got room past the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions of
Wait, how you get
As
there?
long as we're there at the catch and we get
How you get
yards on
that
the
blue
ground,
feet?
we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Nice, Daddy!
William Jackson with a pick.
Nice!
Will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this 1st half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So after the INT, here's Wentz.
This is
Catch, this is the tight end Oliver.
What happened?
The Commanders are going to be set up for the
no.
1st and goal on a pass play that moves
Who's
them all
called
the way
flag?
down to the 1. Now a timeout called for by the
Now you-
offense. As they stop
Come
a little
on.
over 30
Come
seconds
on,
to
dude.
go in the 1st half of
I should
play.
get up the steps. I might have to help her up this side.
A chance
Hey.
now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
That you won, I know.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson.
Touchdown!
And he is into the end zone.
I thought we were touchdown.
Robinson
Huh?
Jr. His 5th rushing
What
touchdown.
happened? Why did you throw up?
The Commanders are an extra point away from
Yeah.
tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Shit on me for
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Valentine now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
Yes?
drink it all.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not
Hold on,
sure
let him
how
keep
aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake up the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man.
Good play. That was a good play. And I knew some shit going like that would happen.
Here inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as
I was literally doing it like,
4 yards
you know,
and
it's
runs
the
of
best
15
time
or
without
more yards.
sweat.
Of course. Pass that number there.
Oh, he's out.
Corner of the end zone, but he cannot get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps.
You're not
They were
throwing
gonna
with
beat this
them all.
coverage, though, 2 plays
I thought
in a
you
row,
went
and
to
that
the
one
house.
falls incomplete.
Testing Will Jackson.
William Jackson with the pass. And the Commanders will get it back here just past the 30.
Nice job, Daddy.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely
Dad, you should do a whole call here.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen has been pretty sensational.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis. We're in and going.
Bro, I got to put the collar back on.
And ready to get the party started for the second half.
Oh, the collar had the charge.
First half.
And I got you.
The scoreboard.
She can't sit. Yeah, she won. This one.
Sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Should I take those twists out of his head? Max. Yeah.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the
You
line.
need help?
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half.
No, that's
And
it.
now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you gotta think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense.
Let's take out the sack.
If I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Well, that was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
I'm gonna say, ain't no fucking way that ball hung to that ball.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Look at that.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away.
Not yet.
Fielded at
Let
the
the dogs
33.
out. You said live?
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it will be Washington football now with the 1st and 10.
Go ahead. They coming down like
This
wildfire.
next drive, the Washington offense. We have seen
Let 'em
a
out
lot
back.
of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points are certainly not at a premium here.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because of the drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. throwing is Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Don't start to move into
The defensive guys had a bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat him on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now, Wentz again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And so over. And he'll be out right at the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Feels like the game you expected, but that one there, that may get him going.
Oh, he said, I'm
Say
going
maybe
to
that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just
Falcons. Cordero Patterson. He scored on the ground and through the air as they have taken the lead. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. It worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look and they make their decision off of that. He went through three. That was impressive.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Yes?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They managed to change things off try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Wentz. He's going to take another shot here. He's it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out.
What the fuck?
At the 6-yard line. Touchdown. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there, set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Go. Better go now.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Touchdown. Here.
He'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On play action, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. Being chased out left. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And they'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Michael Davis, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. First play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw. He's got his pass catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Right side run with Patterson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, they get to Patterson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to the ground now, Patterson. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here.
Good catch. Damn.
Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Marlon Davidson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing now is Wentz.
Oh, he's slow.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
That's okay.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT, and the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it to Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Yellow, go, blue, red, red, green.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing to battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start.
Oh,
and this is intercepted, and that should do it.
That's right.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Like Sony thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down?
Boomer,
No, it's
stop it.
incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Back to throw. Yeah, that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
Yeah. Should I style out for you, but it's for me? Greenfield's finest. Boss. Yeah. DJ Drama. Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking the dash on wood. Campaign is the back ain't good. Got sense, but they act no good. Shot through the lot of starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck up in the truck and they all. They might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner and nice guys, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo bagging, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. This lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years. The vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and go like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking the dash on wood. That payment, the back ain't good. Got sense, but they act no good. Instead of save money to Sudan, I can probably get it good for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle.